Hi there and welcome to Celeb Hut. Shocking development: the gossip plant encompassing Steve Harvey and his better half, Marjorie, has hit a breaking point for months. Fans have been left in obscurity, hypothesizing stunningly about the couple's relationship status. Marjorie's strange non-appearance from web-based entertainment has just energized the blazes, passing on numerous ways to ponder the condition of their marriage, regardless of momentarily tending to the disloyalty bits of hearsay. With an obscure the book of scriptures refrains Marjorie has since kept the radio quiet, starting much more interest and worry among her adherents. It's like critics, when you hear skeptics. You know, individuals' point of view is none of your business. I have heaps of critics. Steve then again kept on drawing in with his crowd, albeit with an observable shift. His new posts have obviously been without any trace of any notice, or, on the other hand, sight of Marjorie zeroing in, rather on his vocation and magnanimous endeavors. This essential quietness has not slipped through the cracks, with fans assaulting his web-based entertainment with inquiries regarding Blemish's whereabouts. The once indistinguishable couple currently appears to be carrying on altogether different lives as stunning new subtleties emerge about their calm split and progressing property division. She was one of the ones that Steve Harvey was purportedly cheating with while he was with Marjorie. However, the show doesn't end there. It has been uncovered that the straw that broke the camel's back for the couple wasn't Marjorie's supposed undertaking with Steve's staff, but an outrage, including the rapper Diddy. This turn has added another layer of intricacy to their generally turbulent relationship, in spite of Steve's public disapproval of any conjugal issues. Insiders currently affirm that the Harveys have been living apart for a considerable length of time, figuring out how to stay quiet about their division to safeguard their public image and business intrigues. Steve keeps on posting photographs from different occasions of being presented with ladies associated with his establishment. These pictures have just heightened the hypothesis, with adherents requesting answers. The once truly flawless marriage gives off the impression of being disintegrating, and the web is humming with hypotheses and questions. Stay tuned as we dig further into this unfurling adventure, uncovering the reality behind Steve and Marjorie Harvey's high-profile separation bliss. That is a poisonous relationship. Yet before we plunge into the particulars of Stephanie Marjorie's peaceful separation, we want to set the stage by looking at the darker side of their marriage. This wild relationship has roots that stretch out far more profoundly than most fans acknowledge, dating back to Steve's shocking unfaithfulness during his past marriage. The story starts with Steve Harvey's second spouse, Mary Lee Harvey, who was hauled into the spotlight during their exceptionally exposed and combative separation. Steve then actually married Mary and had previously begun an undertaking with Marjorie. As per sources near the couple, Marjorie was Steve's special lady well before she turned into his significant other. This disloyalty set off a chain of events that would ultimately prompt the breakdown of his union with Mary, who has since stood in opposition to the profound torture she endured. Mary Lee's allegations against Steve are proven and factual. She guarantees that, in addition to the fact that Steve cheated on her with Marjorie, he controlled the overall set of laws to acquire care of their child and left her desperate. He took my win on from me. He turned my child against me, notwithstanding court records showing that she got huge monetary repayment, including 3 properties and regularly scheduled installments. Mary demands that the profound and mental cost be far more prominent in 2011. In 2011, she posted a progression of YouTube recordings itemizing her side of the story, blaming Steve for treachery, psychological mistreatment, and monetary control. Her public clamor brought about a slander claim from Steve, which he won, prompting Mary to serve 30 days in prison for hatred of court. The way that monetarily my life is in ruin is totally evident. The show didn't end there in 2018. Mary recorded a $60 million claim against Steve, blaming him for, however, soul death, a term she used to depict the extreme closeness to home and mental harm she claimed he incurred upon her during and in the wake of their marriage. The claim was excused as negligible. It portrayed a man who was a long way from the cherished television character seen by millions. You know, he's a man with power. He's in 60 business sectors. He's composed these books. You realize he's socially associated with the projects, Disney, and every one of these sorts of individuals. Marjorie, as far as concerns go, has her own questionable past. Before her marriage to Steve, she was connected to 2 significant substance rings. Her most memorable spouse, Jim Townsend, was a famous substance boss who was condemned to life in jail for endeavoring to purchase 40 kilos of substances during their marriage. Marjorie was researched by the FBI and Day for her conceivable association in his substance activities. No doubt you gotta comprehend she won't be talk on no part of that, since her entire thing is to conceal her compensation, is despite the fact that she was never charged. The doubt created a long shaded area over her standing. Townsend, who was exculpated subsequent to serving 26 years, has vowed to tell all journal itemizing their coexistence, including hazardous, privileged insights that could additionally sully Marjorie's appearance. Stop ov, that is a valid statement. You heard that too, better believe it. Listen. This went down all right, you. I'm letting you know the untold truth. Marjorie's second huge relationship was with one more substance seller, Donald Woods, the dad of her most youthful little girl, Lori Harvey. This association simply added to the public's awareness that Marjorie wed Steve for his abundance and status, regardless of these charges. Steve and Marjorie have introduced a unified front, frequently sharing their rich way of life and mixed family minutes via online entertainment anyway. In the background, sources propose that the tension of keeping up with this veneer has negatively affected their marriage night. Yet I'm disheartened in my on the grounds that you don't sell out to family because Steve H. might dump you very much as he did Mary the following day. Steve's set of experiences of treachery and Marjorie's problematic past have caused their marriage a consistent wellspring of hypothesis and tattle insiders to uncover that two or three have had various contentions over their past, with Marjorie having an unreliable outlook on Steve's devotion, particularly given his history. This basic pressure, combined with the pressure of public investigation, appears to have split apart them. The hypothesis and show encompassing Steve and Marjorie Harvey's marriage arrived at a breaking point last year. While unstable, deceiving tales shook their apparently wonderful world. The murmurs weren't simply about Marjorie's supposed thoughtless activities with the protector and confidential gourmet specialist. They likewise ensnared Steve in his very own outrage, as per different sources. Steve guessed that undertaking with private cook had been a loosely held bit of information inside their circle for a really long time, further confusing the story of their upset association. He kept her around but never realized insiders near the couple divulged that Marjorie was found in the act in a compromising situation with William Hugo Freeman, Steve's long-term guardian. The circumstances heightened when Freeman, in a snapshot of uncommon candor, gave a telephone interview asserting he was really Lori Harvey's genuine dad. Now you realize that girl is shocking Harvey, right? Yes. Well, I'm Lori Harvey's dad. You are Lori Harvey's dad. This sensational disclosure recommended that Steve had known about the illicit relationship for quite a long time, but decided to keep an exterior for his public picture and brand. Freeman, who has a questionable past as a previous pimp, claimed that his relationship with Marjorie was far more profound than simple expert unwaveringness. Like I said, Steve Harvey has known for a really long time that I've been screwing with Blemish for a really long time, stoking the fire. Steve's rumor about his confidential culinary expert made a media furor. Podcaster Tasha K., known for her shocking and frequently unsubstantiated claims, recommended that Steve had been associated with his gourmet expert sometime before the general population heard about Marjorie's disloyalty, while Tasha K's believability has been addressed, particularly after her legitimate run-in with Cardi B. Her claims in any case mixed the pot, prompting far and wide hypotheses, and virtual entertainment discusses no more than cooking. Photographs started flowing of Steve and his confidential culinary expert at different occasions, looking something beyond expertly familiar, notwithstanding heartfelt refusals from the two players. The web was awash with hypotheses and proof sorted out by rocker analysts. The way neither Steve nor Marjorie tended to these bits of hearsay straightforwardly just filled further guesses that they were basically too ensnared in their particular outrages to introduce a unified front amidst this unrest. Marjorie's supposed requests for a $200 million separation settlement appeared to be both unbelievable and conceivable. Her revealed final proposal followed the disclosure of the undertakings, depicting her as a lady despised and out for revenge in the interim. Steve's endeavor to redirect consideration by terminating his web-based entertainment director for an unseemly tweet did essentially nothing to suppress the tales. His public clarification about keeping a positive brand picture appeared to be empty, considering the whirling outrages. Yet, what do? What might you get out of it? Whatever's been the way into our prosperity, The way that you regard me and I regard Beyonce's meeting was especially condemning, depicting himself as a commended relationship speaker and creator. Freeman illustrated how a man got between proficient obligations and individual. Subscribe Celeb Hut for more videos.